Good morning, students. Today we will learn about chapter 9, and that is the rise of kingdoms and republicans. During the later Vedic period from 1000 BC to 600 BC, the Aryans settled in the Gangetic Valley. Initially, they lived as tribal units. Gradually, these units developed into kingdoms. They had a settled life and could pay attention towards developing agriculture. Iron was used for making new farming implements, and life became more comfortable. Trade and commerce flourished at that time. The Aryans were organized into many tribes called Jana, eventually Janapadas, or the large states. The large and more powerful Janapadas were referred to as the Mahajanapadas. From the 6th century BC, a number of powerful kingdoms emerged in the eastern India. From them, 16 Janapadas was very important that we will learn now. Before that, I am just going to say you what Janapada means. Jana means people and Pada means feet. So Janapada literally means a place where people place their feet. Now from this chart you will learn about 7 Janapadas, means the Mahajanapada and the capitals, that are Kashi, Koshala, Magadha, Vatsa, Matsya, Surasena and Avanti. You will also mark in your book. Okay. So next, among the eastern nation mentioned in the list, we find mention of Vrijni formed by several clans. Okay, the Vrijni had no monarch but a popular assembly and elders who carried on the business of the state. This type of political system was known as Gana or Republic. Now the republic soon has to face challenges from the monarchies which were hereditary. 4 such kingdoms were Avanti, Vatsa, Kosala and Magadha. They pursued a policy of expansion by attacking these republics, and finally Magadha emerged as the most powerful kingdom. Now some factors are responsible for this rise of Magadha. What are the points? First of all, as I have marked in the book, you will also mark like this way. Okay, the first one is the strategic location of Magadha is one of the most important major factor for its emergence as the most powerful kingdom among the 16 Mahajanapadas. Means Magadha was the most influential. Number 2, Magadha's earlier capital was ideally located at Rajgira. Rajgira was surrounded by hills, and this made it difficult for Magadha to be conquered. Number 3, later when the capital shifted to Pataliputra, the fort was located near river Ganga and thus forming a natural water barrier. Again, this is also beneficial for rise of Magadha. Number 4, Magadha located in an area surrounded by rivers. It also provided the cheap water transport, that is also beneficial. Number 5, the fertile land ensured a surplus harvest and this is favorable for the trade relations with neighboring regions. The income gained from land revenue and various other taxes helped in maintaining a large army. So these are the factors why at that time Magadha was most powerful. Now, who are the rulers? The most influential was Bimbisara and Ajatasattu among others. Now, first of all, Bimbisara. The first important ruler and the founder of the Magadhian Empire was Bimbisara, who belonged to the Haryanka dynasty. Bimbisara conquered Anga and is proved to be a turning point in the history of Magadha as it led to the foundation of the Magadhian Empire. He also increased his territory through matrimonial alliances with Koshala and Vaishali. He later added Kashi through his territorial expansion policy. Under him, Magadha became a flourishing kingdom. Both Vardhamana Mahavira and Gautam Buddha preached their doctrines during this reign. Now next, Ajatasattu. Bimbisara was succeeded by his son Ajatasattu. Like his father, Ajatasattu also expanded the Magadhian Empire through military conquest. He is said to have become the king by killing his father. And next, Ajatasattu conquered Kashala and Kasi. He was also able to bring under Magadhian control, but it took 16 years to accomplish this feat. The successor of Bimbisara and Ajatasattu was not that much powerful like them. So after that, Nanda dynasty has came. So we will learn about the Nanda dynasty also. Mahapadma Nanda was the first ruler of the Nanda dynasty. The Puranas make reference to a king who was a son of Mahanandin. He usurped the Magadhian throne in 4th century BC and extended the boundaries of the empire up to the northwest frontier of India. Next, we will learn about the Mauryas. The last ruler of the Nanda dynasty, Dhanananda, was overthrown by Chandragupta Maurya with the help of learned scholar Chanakya. We know about Chanakya. He was very efficient and very clever. The Magadhian Empire continued to expand under the Mauryas. After the disastrous Kalinga War, Ashoka decided to end all the military conquest and devoted his life to Buddhism. The territory of the great Magadhian Empire that almost covered the entire Indian subcontinent shrunk to its original size after the Kalinga War. That was very, very important in Indian history. Now, Alexander invasion. In 336 BC, Greece was ruled by a Macedonian king Alexander, who successfully conquered Asia Minor, Syria, Egypt, and the Persian Empire. Alexander invaded India in 326 BC and defeated most of the kingdoms in northwest India. Alexander crossed the Hindu Kush and Indus River and received valuable help from Ambi, the king of Takshila. Thereafter, he marched towards Jhelum and faced strong opposition from Porus, the ruler of the area lying between Jhelum and Chenab. But finally, he was defeated by Alexander. Alexander's army was reluctant to go further into India, fearing the mighty army of the Nandas, and retreated back to the west. During this journey back home to meet his untimely death in Babylon. So next we will learn about the impact of Alexander's invasion in India. The point I have marked in the book, you also mark like this way. Number first point, Alexander's invasion resulted in Europe developing a closer contact with India for the first time. Next, trade relations came up as 4 different trade routes, land and sea, has also opened up between Europe and India. The third point is when Alexander left India, he left his generals in charge, and later historians could use these records of the period in a chronological order. Number 4, the smaller states situated in the northwestern part of India had become weaker after Alexander's campaign. This proved to be conducive to Chandragupta Maurya, who easily conquered the smaller states and politically unified the Indian subcontinent under the Mauryans. So these are the basic things what we have learned so far as the rise of kingdoms and republicans. Now last one is the Gandhara School of Art. The cultural contacts between the Indians and the Greeks led to the establishment and growth of the Gandhara School of Art. So all of you will learn this chapter and afterwards we will do the exercise.